So, welcome to my garage. This is where I spray paint stuff. This will all be done in a third person kind of way. As y'all are aware, I do not have any kind of budget for my recordings. So, it's what y'all get. A hairy me with a cup of coffee and me trying to find the best light, which I have none. I have a single light bulb. So, sorry about that. But a friend of mine asked if I could do a spray painting video, and I was like, sure, I can do a spray painting video. Sounds easy, yeah. So here in my garage. The first thing I want to talk about is spray paint. I use Rust-Oleum 2x Ultra Cover Flat White Primer because anything else is dog shit. People like to say that they use like the Army Painter or Citadel paint. I don't. I think they're trash because they leave a white residue on your models. Is what I've found using them. But mine goes in the corner over there. That's where my paint goes. My paint's over in the corner because I don't use it for painting models. I use it for like spray painting posts. I use Rust-Oleum, so that's what I use. That's what I use for everything. Goes on good, dries good. Now, so I want to talk about why you don't want to do the old, multiple spray on a model. And more or less, I found that when you do this kind of method, like right here where you're spraying 3 models at once, yeah, you might save time, but you're going to waste more paint and there's going to be overspray. See how I'm doing with my hands? When you spray, it oversprays into your other models, and that can cause dried paint to get onto your model and make it be fuzzy. There's no real way to not get overspray on your other models, and I would recommend you never doing this method. The method just doesn't work well. Neither does having no sticky tack on your box. But I use that method. It's just bad. It gets... you can get paint where you don't want it. You can get dried paint that's dried and sticks to your model, makes it all fuzzy and lumpy. Just don't do it. Do it one-handed, like me. Like this. Just like this. You got one hand, one model, spray, 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 and you're good. There's no real reason to do any more than that. There's much more control. You get a much better prime when using this method. Now, I use a rubber glove when I'm painting. And some of y'all be saying, well, Guardbro, I ain't got a nitro glove. I ain't got one of these. So what's things around the house you can use? Well, I did a little bit of thinking. There's plenty of stuff you can use in replacement of your nitrile glove. For instance, the humble sandwich bag. That's right. Everyone's got a sandwich bag, whether you're gluten-free or mutant-free. You got a sandwich bag. Take your fingers, spread the bag out, get all your crumbs out of there. Don't want any crumbs. And you put your fingers in the little edge holes. That way you got better control and the bag won't slip around as much. Get the edge holes in there, get your fingers in there, make a little divot, and like that you're going to hold your model. The old pinch move right there. Now your whole hand and arm is covered. You are completely good and safe in the paint. Look, it's even got a long sleeve. Look at that. Look at that prime sleeve coverage. Sometimes you got a sandwich bag. Well, I got some for that too. Everyone drinks cans. Everyone's got one of these around their house, I guarantee it. Get yourself an old soda box. Like so, a little bit of sticky tack, and there you go. Got yourself something you can spray your model on with. Not bad. See, all your angles, you're good to go. Get you a soda box. But but you might say it's not stable enough. Well, I got some for that too. Don't you worry. What you need here is a chopstick. Chopstick will make your box much more reliable and give your hands something to grab onto. It's simple to do. Just take your chopstick. Ram it through. There you go. Now you got a handle inside the box you can reach in and grip on. That way it can't slip around or anything or slip off. You reach inside, you grab your stick, and there you go. You're good to go. See? No shaking. Get you a chopstick, get you a box, and you are off to the races. All you need. Right inside there. Grab that stick. Yeah, buddy. But me, I'm just a humble man with a nitrile glove. Now, spacing is one of those things, and a lot of folks say to use your spacing and then do like the sweep as you spray. That's nonsense. Don't do that. You're just gonna waste paint. You're in the garage to spray paint models, not spray paint your damn walls. Give your can a good shake. Get your model ready to be primed. Make sure it's rattly. You can do this method. Give it around, do the regular method. The old martini shake. Whatever you gotta do, get it shaken up. Now for spacing, it's quite simple. You want about not that far. No, it's too close. Don't get in there and spray it up. It's a bad idea. Don't do that. You don't want to get it all clogged up full of paint. You want a nice width, about that. About 1.5 feet is what I measure at. What I do is a rapid burst directly on the model. Burst, 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 burst. Don't waste paint. You're in there to paint your models, not paint your goddamn garage. So you go in there, you don't spray and sweep. I pulse. As you can see, the primer went on smooth. It's not clogged up. All the details are showing. And when this paint dries, it's going to kind of suck into the model. It's kind of a cool effect with Rust-Oleum. It kind of sucks into the model. As you can see, I didn't fix the little stick before I, spray painted it. But you can do it later on. A little bit of super glue and you're good. You're good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Now, if you got a big model, same thing. If you got a big model, you definitely want to use the glove method. And make sure you don't grab it with your glove. You get paint where you don't want it. Always grab the base. But with big models, I always do it by the hand. There's all those nooks and crannies you got to get into. Under the bear, under the legs, under the chin. You'll miss those things when doing it on like a place. And you see, I pulse directly on the model. That way you're not wasting paint. You're not letting dried paint sweep onto it from somewhere else you don't want to sweep it onto. Pulse, 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 pulse. And it's short pulses. You don't want to do like one long spray. It's a pulse, and you're watching the paint go on as you're pulsing. You can kind of adjust as you're spraying. Like right here, with that one hand method, you get the angles you need without getting any kind of box in the way or something. You can tilt it and turn it however you want it to get every nook and cranny covered in that sweet, sweet white primer. It's all you need. It's all you need. And there, it's done. I mean, got a few touch-up spots here and there, but there you go. You have complete control of the model. And unlike, what I found with the other primers is that with Army Painter or Citadel or whatever, these high brand expensive primers, they dry on powdery. And it's annoying. Like, I've done it so many times. In correct temperature, correct humidity, do not come at me with that crap. And it's just, they always have this white powdery residue on the models. While with Rust-Oleum 2 times paint primer, Painter's Touch, it goes on smooth and wet, and then when it dries, it sucks onto the model. Now these guys these Victrix Vikings have a lot of chainmail on them, and here I'm going to show you what I mean by overspray. Hopefully without breaking them. Now, here's the usual distance you might find. This is kind of like a rough distance of what you might find when you're spraying. And unfortunately, the light may not show very well the overspray. I'm doing my best here with very little budget, okay? But take some time. I'm going to give it like maybe 1 or 2 bursts here. And see what I mean? There's no way to not hit your other models. If it's spaced just far enough away, you're gonna get maybe it's a little humid. Maybe it's a little humid in the garage. It gets a little bit far away where it dries and gets your model a little fuzzy and gross. I mean, it's just not nice. There's no way to really make sure there's no overspray except for doing it 1 model at a time. And I would recommend always doing your models 1 model at a time. Saving time is great, but you always want the right kind of prime. And you can see there those little. You got paint on the other model, and sometimes that can go for the entire width of the models you're doing. You can get dried paint on your model. I've had a lot of models ruined that way, or I've had to go in there, strip it, and reprime them because I was doing that frickin' multi-model method, and it gummed up my models because dried paint flitted over and stuck to the damn model. It's just no good. Don't do it. Don't do it. So again, bring it up, pulse, pulse, pulse. Also, you don't have to move your bottle. You just got to move the model. That way you can keep your distance. And like that, ta-da, just good to go. And it looks wet, but it's going to dry on really crispy and smooth and nice. Because you've all seen my other models. I prime all my models in the exact same primer. And none of the details are swallowed up. All the details are still there. And here's me doing a model at the speed I usually do it at. This is the speed I usually do these models at. I just bring it up. Nice. Pulse, 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 pulse. Just keep pulsing it till it's good. Now, I found me a little sacrifice model, one that I broke and can't find another arm for. It's a little Perry Knight model. I'm going to do one real up close and real far away. First, I'm going to do a far away one, so really far away. And see how it kind of flows out and sprays out where it shouldn't be? You can see where the zone where it should be in. And as you go, and I get to the focus. Focus. Come on, camera, do your best. Look at that. It's not even coverage. It's all dried out and fuzzy because it's dried in the air and then hit the model. It's going to get weird. It's going to get fuzzy. It's going to be spotty. You're going to waste more paint. No good. Just no good. Now, the one that makes me cringe. Real up close. You get too close, it's just going to be bad news. Look at that. Too short burst. Ugh, I don't like it. No, no good. No good. Oh, you poor knight. Poor boy. And that close, look how thick it goes on in just two short little spurts. All kinds of cloyed up, and it's wet, and it's thick. Ugh. No good. Not a good prime. Not a good prime at all. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Not good. So not close, not far away. No yeeting your paint at the model. Just about 1.5 feet away. Foot and a half. Depending on your paint. Always test out your paint brand before you go in there and start priming. Here's a bit of me just going in there and doing some priming. That's how I usually do it. How much time I usually spend on it. Because you want a good prime. The prime makes the model. The priming makes the model. If you got a bad prime, you're going to have a bad model in the end. The primer sets up the entire model in the very beginning. And you don't want to waste all your hard work and in the other processes by having a bad prime. Just take the time and do a good prime. Do yourself that kindness, do yourself that favor, and just learn how to do it with a nice paint that only costs $4 a bottle. Rust-Oleum's super cheap. It's super good. And yeah, I mean, just get you a nice glove or a sandwich bag or a soda box and just do your models one at a time and make sure that prime is good to go. And that's the end of it. I mean, that's all it takes. You got your nice paint, clap it on, you're done for the day. It's been a pleasure doing this video for you, and I hope you find it useful, Kurt. I know you're the one who asked for the priming video. I guess you could call this the Guardbro miniatures painting method. I guess, but that'll do it for me.